Hoda, thank you very much. The Night at the Museum franchise, one of the most successful of all time. Ben Stiller's back in the secret of the tomb, this time going across the pond on an epic quest to save the magic that brings his historic pals to life. Take a look.
I'm half Irish, half Jewish. So
You are? I love Jews.
big deal for us.
Hey, Ben, welcome back. Good to see you.
How are you, Matt?
Let's start with the obvious. It's a little bit of an unusual time to be releasing a movie right now. A lot going on in Hollywood. What's your take on all this?
Well, you know, I mean, I think it's unfortunate that we have to deal with this, honestly, just in this day and age and what's going on. And, you know, I think our country is all about freedom of speech and freedom of self-expression. And so when we start to engage in self-censorship that's influenced by intimidation from, you know, from people or governments who just happen to not agree with the point of view of a movie, then I think we're denying the audience their right to choose what they want to see.
Do you fault the folks at Sony? I mean, what options did they have once the threats were leveled against theaters and moviegoers?
You know, I don't know. I'm not on the inside of it, but I know the government said these weren't credible threats. It's a tough decision, and, you know, I don't envy the situation they were in, but I think the audience has the right to choose what they want to see.
Well, I think that one thing that could come positive out of this particular week, you got a comedy coming out at a time when another comedy was going to come out that's not even here. You may actually find a lot of people saying, I just need to blow off a little steam and have some fun in a theater. And this franchise has just been incredibly successful over the years.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when we made the first one, I remember thinking, will anybody go and see this? It's just a crazy idea. It's, you know, nobody really knew the book that it was based on, and the tone of it was a little bit like, was it a comedy? Is it an adventure? Is it, you know, is it a kid's movie? Is it, what is it?
I remember seeing the first one and thinking, my gosh, there should be 30 of these things. One of the things that's happened, which I thought I read about last night, which is amazing, the attendance at natural history museums around the world has actually gone up about 25% since you started releasing these movies.
Yeah.
And you get a cut of all those tickets, don't you?
Those big museum receipts. No, I mean, it's great. You know, our generation, we grew up going to museums, and it was pre-digital age, and I think it's been affected by, you know, kids looking at screens and all the different things that you can do that, you know, don't involve your imagination as much as when you go to a museum.
There's still magic when you go to these places.
And you fill it in, you know, you fill it in yourself.
So what's the magic tablet have in store for us this time?
Well, it's corroding, it's starting to malfunction, and the creatures are starting to sputter out, and they might be actually, you know, their lives might be ending, so we have to figure out what's wrong with it. And we have to go to the British Museum to find the pharaoh who Ben Kingsley, Sir Ben, plays, who made the tablet.
I like the way you throw Sir Ben in there. You've attracted in this series a lot of A-list actors who've come. I mean, Ben Kingsley, just the latest one. Were you ever surprised that they signed on so easily?
Yeah, I mean, from the beginning, though, we got a great cast, and, you know, just starting out when we, you know, Mickey Rooney and Dick Van Dyke, just from the very beginning, people like that. And I think, you know, people love the tone of it, and they know they can come in and have fun. And Sean Levy, the director, really encourages people to improvise, and it's you know, it's an atmosphere where you can kind of do your thing.
You mentioned Mickey Rooney, an icon of the golden era of Hollywood. He passed away not long after working on this. When you look back at when he became popular, is there a part of the Hollywood system back there you wish you could have been a part of?
Well, I mean, I love all those old movies, and, you know, Mickey was such he was a multi-talented guy. You know, he could sing, he could dance, he could play the drums, he did drama. You know, and that was a time when, you know, movie stars had to do all that stuff. So, you know, to be able to have a chance to work with him a little bit and talk to him about those times, and he had just crazy, amazing stories, you know, about show business. So, you know, I feel lucky to have had a chance to work with him.
Another iconic actor was Robin Williams, who this is his really last appearance in a movie. He passed away not long ago. He made so many things look easy when it came to comedic acting. As someone who was in that area of the business, do you ever marvel at how easy he made it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Robin was always an idol of mine since I was about, I guess, like 12 or 13 from Mork and Mindy on. So for me, working with him, I never got past being a fan, even though he had this amazing ability to make everybody feel comfortable around him and make everybody feel as if they were an equal, but he was really the genius. So
I know you tweeted something like that when he passed away, which I thought was very poignant. I want to just end with something else. I was reading an article about you last night, and two words caught my attention: fiberflex. You literally, growing up, as a young kid, you had a Fiberflex skateboard.
Yes, with Road Rider wheels and Bennett trucks.
So did I.
Yeah.
Okay, and you actually found one recently?
Yeah, I was online and I found one on a site, and I guess I let my wife know, and apparently she's getting it for me as a Christmas present.
But you say it's kind of touched a place in you and takes you back to a happy, innocent time.
It's very emotional. It just, it opens up this, all these feelings and the memories of being a kid. And you're saying it's like a song or something, it really, and, I have so many great memories of that time, and just seeing that object really brought them all back.
You didn't have the man from Uncle Gun, too, did you?
No, I was more of a Star Trek guy.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm older than you also. Ben, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Always good to have you here. I want to tell people, Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb is in theaters today.